The Odyssey shuddered violently as it pierced the dense atmosphere of the uncharted planet, alarms blaring and lights flickering. "Brace yourselves," shouted Liam O'Connor, his Australian accent cutting through the chaos. He gripped the console tightly, knuckles white. Liam, a seasoned engineer with a knack for solving complex technical issues, was skeptical yet intrigued by this mission. His rugged appearance and calm demeanor under pressure made him a natural leader. He glanced at Dr. Elena Vasquez, the mission leader and a brilliant scientist, as she reviewed the mission parameters. "We're here to investigate these anomalous energy readings. Stay alert and remember, we're not alone out here." The Odyssey touched down amidst a dense, alien jungle, the flora pulsating with an eerie bioluminescence. The team disembarked, scanning the area with advanced sensory equipment. "Amazing," murmured Elena, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the plants. "This place is a living laboratory." The team split into pairs to cover more ground. Liam was partnered with Zara, a Galilean sister with an insatiable curiosity about human technology. As they navigated the terrain, Zara's slender, blue-tinted fingers traced the edges of a strange, glowing plant. "Fascinating," she murmured, eyes wide with wonder. Liam chuckled, adjusting his gear. "Our tech might seem primitive to you, but it saved our skins more than once." Zara smiled, her sharp teeth glinting in the low light. "Primitive, perhaps, but there's beauty in simplicity." Suddenly, a shadow moved among the trees. Liam's hand instinctively went to his stun gun. Out of the foliage stepped Lyria, Zara's rival sister, her eyes blazing with hostility. "Humans," she hissed, "you have no place here." Liam stepped forward, maintaining a calm exterior. "We're not here to fight, Lyria," he said firmly. "We just want to understand what's happening on this planet." Lyria's aggressive stance and menacing tone introduced the central conflict. "You should leave before it's too late," she warned, her voice dripping with contempt. The tension between the sisters was palpable. Zara's usually serene face hardened. "Lyria, this isn't necessary. We can coexist." Lyria's gaze flicked between Zara and Liam. "Understanding comes at a cost, human," she replied. "And not everyone is willing to pay." Liam felt the weight of the situation. "We're prepared to do what it takes, but we need your cooperation," he said, trying to defuse the situation. Lyria's eyes narrowed. "Very well," she said, her voice low and dangerous. "But don't say I didn't warn you." With that, she vanished back into the jungle, leaving an uneasy silence in her wake. Liam let out a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. "That went well," he muttered, earning a small laugh from Zara. "Better than expected," she agreed. "But we should be careful. Lyria isn't one to make idle threats." As they continued their exploration, Liam couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The jungle seemed to close in around them, the alien flora almost pulsating with latent energy. Every step they took felt like it was being recorded, every breath monitored. They reached a clearing where the readings were strongest. "This is it," Elena said, her voice a mix of excitement and caution. "The source of the energy anomalies." Liam knelt down, using his scanner to analyze the ground. "There's something beneath us," he said, glancing up at Zara. "Something big." Elena joined them, her face lit by the glow of her device. An artifact, perhaps. Or a natural energy source. Either way, it's significant. Zara's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "We must dig, carefully." The team worked meticulously, unearthing a massive crystalline structure buried beneath layers of soil and roots. As they cleared the final layer, the artifact began to hum, emitting a soft hypnotic light. Liam reached out, his fingers brushing against the smooth surface. "Incredible," he whispered. "It's like nothing we've ever seen." The artifact suddenly pulsed, sending a shockwave through the ground. The team staggered, struggling to maintain their balance. "What the hell?" Liam exclaimed, pulling Zara back from the artifact. Elena's face was a mix of fear and awe. "It's alive. Or something close to it." Lyria's voice echoed from the shadows. "I warned you," she said, stepping into the clearing. "Now you've awakened it." Liam tightened his grip on his stun gun. "What do you know about this, Lyria?" She smiled coldly. Enough to know you're in over your heads. This artifact is a relic of the ancients, and it holds immense power. Power that could destroy you. Zara stepped forward, her voice steady. We didn't come here to cause harm. We came to learn. Help us understand, Lyria. Lyria studied them for a long moment. Very well, she said finally. But know this, the path you've chosen is fraught with danger. One misstep, and you'll all be lost. Liam nodded, determination in his eyes. We'll take that risk. The pulsating artifact emitted an eerie glow, casting strange shadows across the alien landscape. Liam O'Connor's heart pounded as he stared at the crystalline structure. We need to understand what we're dealing with, he said, his voice steady despite the underlying tension. Dr. Elena Vasquez, her face illuminated by the artifact's light, nodded. Agreed, but we must proceed with caution. This relic is far more powerful than anything we've encountered. Zara, the Gallian sister with an insatiable curiosity, stepped closer, her eyes reflecting the artifact's luminescence. The ancients were known for their technological prowess. This artifact could hold the key to unimaginable knowledge. Liam adjusted his scanner, carefully analyzing the energy readings. It's emitting a low-frequency hum, almost like a heartbeat. Elena frowned, her fingers dancing over her datapad. It could be a form of communication, or a warning. Suddenly, the artifact flared brightly, sending a pulse of energy through the ground. The team staggered, struggling to keep their balance. What the hell? Liam exclaimed, pulling Zara back from the artifact's reach. From the shadows, Lyria's voice cut through the chaos. I warned you not to meddle, she said, stepping into the clearing. Her eyes were fierce, full of a mix of anger and fear. The artifact is not to be trifled with. Liam turned to face her, his expression determined. We didn't come here to cause harm. We came to learn. Help us understand, Lyria. Lyria studied them for a moment, her gaze shifting between the artifact and the team. You don't realize what you've awakened, she said. This relic is a beacon, a call to those who once ruled this land. If you activate it fully, you could bring about our doom. Zara's eyes widened. A beacon? For whom? Lyria's voice lowered, her tone grave. The ancients. They were powerful, but their thirst for control led to their downfall. This artifact was one of their tools, a means to bend reality to their will. Elena's curiosity was piqued. If the ancients used this technology, there must be a way to control it safely. Lyria shook her head. Control is an illusion. The artifact has a mind of its own. It will consume you if you let it. Liam exchanged a look with Elena, both realizing the gravity of their discovery. We need to find a way to deactivate it, he said firmly, before it causes any more damage. Elena nodded, her determination matching his. Agreed. Let's get to work. As they set up their equipment, Liam couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The jungle around them seemed to pulse with life, the shadows deepening as the artifact's light flickered. Stay alert, he warned the team. We don't know what else might be out there. Zara approached him, her voice soft. Liam, do you think we can really deactivate it? He met her gaze, his resolve unwavering. We have to try. If we don't, the consequences could be catastrophic. Hours passed as they worked, analyzing the artifact and trying to understand its mechanisms. The tension was palpable, each team member aware of the ticking clock. Finally, Elena looked up, her face etched with concern. The energy levels are rising. We need to act fast. Liam nodded, wiping sweat from his brow. Zara, can you translate these symbols? They might be instructions. Zara examined the artifact closely, her fingers tracing the ancient markings. It's a warning, she said. It says that once activated, the artifact cannot be turned off. Only redirected. Lyria stepped forward, her eyes narrowing. Redirected? To where? Zara's face paled. To another dimension. A parallel universe. The ancients created it as a failsafe, a way to dispose of dangerous technology. Elena's eyes widened. If we can channel the energy into that dimension, we might be able to neutralize the threat. Liam nodded. Let's do it. As they hurried to implement their plan, the artifact began to hum louder, its glow intensifying. The ground trembled, and the air crackled with energy. "We don't have much time," Liam shouted over the noise. Elena and Zara worked frantically, adjusting the equipment and recalibrating the energy flow. Lyria stood guard, her eyes scanning the jungle for any signs of danger. "Hurry!" she urged. With a final adjustment, the artifact's light changed from a menacing red to a calming blue. The hum softened, and the ground steadied. "It's working," Elena said, her voice filled with relief. But just as they thought they had succeeded, a loud crack echoed through the clearing. The artifact pulsed violently, and a rift opened in the air, swirling with dark energy. "What's happening?" Zara cried out. Lyria's face twisted in fear. "The fail-safe. It's malfunctioning." Liam stepped forward, his mind racing. "We need to stabilize it, quickly." In a race against time, the team worked together, their movements synchronized and precise. The rift began to close, the artifact's light dimming. "Almost there," Liam muttered, his hands steady. Finally, with a resounding snap, the rift sealed and the artifact went dark. The jungle fell silent, the danger seemingly past. "We did it," Elena said, her voice barely above a whisper. Liam nodded, but his eyes remained on the artifact. "For now," he said, "but we need to understand more about these ancients. This might just be the beginning." The artifact lay dormant. Liam O'Connor and his team took a moment to catch their breath, their relief palpable. "We've neutralized it for now," Liam said, wiping sweat from his brow. "But we need to stay vigilant." Dr. Elena Vasquez nodded, her eyes still fixed on the artifact. "Agreed. We can't let our guard down. There's too much at stake." Zara, the Galian sister who had been their ally, stepped forward, her expression thoughtful. "Lyria's not going to let this go," she said. "We need to be prepared for her next move." Liam's mind raced as he considered their options. "We need to fortify our position and figure out how to transport this artifact back to the Odyssey safely," he said. "Zara, can you help us set up some defenses?" Zara nodded, her eyes gleaming with determination. "I'll do what I can. We have some advanced technology that might help." As they worked to secure their camp, the jungle around them seemed to close in, the shadows deepening with each passing hour. The team moved with purpose, each task completed with meticulous care. Liam and Zara rigged traps and set up barriers, while Elena and the others monitored the artifact for any signs of reactivation. Night fell, and the jungle came alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures. Liam stood watch, his eyes scanning the darkness for any movement. Beside him, Zara worked on a portable scanner, her fingers deftly manipulating the controls. "I think we can use this to detect any changes in the artifact's energy field," she said, her voice a low murmur. Liam nodded, his mind still focused on the task at hand. "Good. The more warning we have, the better." Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a low growl echoed through the trees. Liam's heart skipped a beat as he turned to face the source of the noise. "We're not alone," he whispered. From the shadows emerged Lyria, flanked by a group of Galian warriors. Her eyes blazed with fury, and her voice was cold as ice. "You think you can take what is ours?" She spat. "You have no idea what you're dealing with." Liam stepped forward, his hand resting on his stun gun. "We're not here to steal anything, Lyria," he said calmly. "We just want to ensure this artifact doesn't cause any more harm." Lyria's lips curled into a sneer. "Harm? You have no right to decide what is harmful. This artifact is our legacy, and you have no place here." Zara moved to stand beside Liam, her voice firm. "Lyria, we can work together. There's no need for violence." But Lyria's eyes were filled with rage. "Enough talk," she shouted. "Attack!" The Galian warriors surged forward, and the clearing erupted into chaos. Liam drew his stun gun, firing at the nearest attackers. Elena and the rest of the team joined the fray, using their equipment and makeshift weapons to defend themselves. The battle was fierce, with flashes of light and the sound of clashing metal filling the air. Liam fought with everything he had, his movements precise and calculated. But the Galians were relentless, their superior strength and agility making them formidable opponents. Zara fought beside him, her movements fluid and graceful. She used her knowledge of both Galian and human technology to her advantage, disabling several attackers with swift, precise strikes. "We need to hold them off until we can find a way to end this," she shouted over the din. Liam nodded, his mind racing as he tried to come up with a plan. "Elena, can you create a diversion?" he called out. Elena nodded, her eyes gleaming with determination. "On it," she replied, quickly setting up a series of explosive charges around the perimeter of their camp. "Get ready to move." With a deafening roar, the charges detonated, sending a shockwave through the clearing. The Galians were momentarily stunned, giving Liam and his team the chance they needed to regroup. "Fall back to the artifact," Liam shouted, leading the way. They retreated to the artifact, their backs against the glowing structure. "We can't let them get their hands on this," he said, his voice filled with resolve. Lyria and her warriors recovered quickly, their eyes filled with determination. "You can't win, human," she sneered. "This artifact belongs to us." Liam's mind raced as he searched for a solution. Suddenly, an idea struck him. "Zara, can we use the artifact's energy to create a barrier?" he asked urgently. Zara's eyes widened in realization. "It's risky, but it might work," she replied, quickly adjusting the controls on her portable scanner. "We need to synchronize the energy field with our own technology." As the Gullians closed in, Liam and Zara worked frantically to activate the artifact. The air crackled with energy, and a shimmering barrier began to form around them. "It's working," Zara exclaimed. The barrier pulsed with light, repelling the Gallians and holding them at bay. Lyria's eyes blazed with fury, but she couldn't breach the barrier. "This isn't over," she snarled. "You'll pay for this." Liam met her gaze, his expression unyielding. "We'll be ready," he said. The barrier held, and the Galians were forced to retreat into the jungle. As the dust settled, Liam took a deep breath, his heart still pounding. "That was close," he said, turning to Zara. "But we did it." Zara smiled, her eyes filled with gratitude. "We make a good team," she said softly. Liam nodded, feeling a sense of accomplishment and relief. "Yes, we do," he replied. "But we can't let our guard down. We need to find a permanent solution." The morning sun cast a soft glow over the clearing, bathing the dormant artifact in a golden light. Liam O'Connor surveyed the scene, his mind racing with the events of the previous night. The makeshift barrier had held, but he knew it was only a temporary solution. They needed a permanent fix. Dr. Elena Vasquez approached, her face etched with determination. "We can't keep this up forever, Liam," she said, her voice firm. "We need to find a way to neutralize the artifact once and for all." Liam nodded, his jaw set, agreed. "Zara, any ideas?" Zara, her blue-tinted skin glistening in the sunlight, stepped forward. "The artifact's energy can be redirected, but it will require precise calibration and immense power. We might be able to use the Odyssey systems to channel the energy safely." Liam considered this. "It's risky, but it's our best shot. We need to get the artifact back to the Odyssey." The team worked quickly, dismantling their camp and preparing for the journey. Lyria's threat still loomed large, and every moment counted. "We'll need to move fast and stay alert," Liam instructed. Lyria won't give up easily. As they loaded the artifact onto their transport, the ground trembled again. Liam's heart sank as he saw Lyria and her warriors emerging from the jungle, their eyes filled with determination. "They're here," he warned, drawing his stun gun. Lyria stepped forward, her gaze locked on the artifact. "You think you can take what is ours?" she spat. "We will not allow it." Elena moved to Liam's side, her expression resolute. "We need to buy time," she whispered. "Keep them talking." Liam nodded and stepped forward. "Lyria, we don't want to fight. This artifact is too dangerous to leave here. Help us neutralize it, and we can all benefit." Lyria's eyes narrowed. "You speak of cooperation, but you act as thieves. Why should we trust you?" Zara stepped forward, her voice calm and clear. "Because we have a common goal. The Ancients' technology is too powerful and unpredictable. Together, We can control it. Lyria hesitated, her warriors murmuring behind her. The tension was palpable. And what guarantee do we have that you won't use it against us? She demanded. Liam took a deep breath. You have my word. And if that's not enough, you can come with us. Ensure we do what we say.